Good morning. All right, let's do that all signs reading. See where everyone's at, what's going on. See how this Mercury retrograde is treating you. It's been an intense one for sure. And it's not going to be the last. So yeah, let's see. Current advice. We all gonna need that. Right? Alright, let's see what's going on. Okay. So we have Kama of Kali. And that says, you are being offered a spiritual gift from the Divine Mother. Your path need not be one of endless exertion. Connecting with pleasure as a path of personal empowerment, intending to bring spiritual benefit to the collective through the softening and opening of your heart is an act of worshiping the Divine Feminine. Let yourself receive her loving gifts. Part of that card too, I would say, is like not taking life so seriously. You know, we should be able to enjoy ourselves. That's kind of what we're here for. Whether or not you know that or believe that, I know life kind of feels like just being born into slavery at this point, but that's not really what life is about. You know, it's not about making money. It's not about making ends meet. It's not slaving. You know, it's about living. And if you're doing something that feels more like slave labor than actual living, then you gotta correct that. Debbie Macaulay. Okay. No matter what you've done, no matter how many mistakes you have made, Kali is here for you, always. Yours is the safety and sanctuary of her divine love. She is your soft place to fall, and your kindest and most enthusiastic advocate. Let her shift your experience from endless tasks and ever greater expectations into sweet relief and comforting connection. During this retrograde, I do feel like very strong divine feminine energy popping up. You know, I was even watching an astrology forecast earlier, and it was talking about how you know, the divine feminine, you know, in this Mercury retrograde, it's really going to be there's going to be like a position of power for the well, for example, Medusa was brought up, you know, and you know, like victims who kind of need that justice or whatever, you know. I feel that coming through. But yeah, heavy divine feminine, really balancing out the light and dark within oneself is important. Especially during Mercury retrograde, where you might catch yourself revisiting past experiences or something, or having similar things, and it's really to let you know energetically where you're at, and you know, and energetically where you don't want to be at, you know. So there's that. Let's see. A new earth, it's happening. Keep holding the vision. So whatever you're manifesting at this time, no matter how bleak it may look, I would say, you know, stay optimistic about that. Inner earth, you'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. Alright, so it looks like you're going through something. Some sort of challenge or transition, but there's a lot of reassurance that this is kind of for like the best. Like the best outcome is going to come of this. All right. Let's see. Let's see what the tarot has to say about your situation. You know, in Oregon, we have this saying. It's like, If you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes and it'll be different, you know? Um, and I would say kind of like it's the same for like this energy. If you don't like this energy, like what you're experiencing at this moment, just hold out, wait it out. Like shit's gonna be fine. You know, challenges are kind of inevitable. You know, tis what it is. Very nice. Alright, so let's see. What all flew out down here? Okay. So, with the Ace of Cups in reverse, I feel like your self-love is being challenged in this right now. I feel like your ability to fill your own cup during troubling and challenging times is being tested, and you're really being called to, like, work on that. Make sure that you're giving to yourself. I often tell people love is not a feeling, it's an action. It's like, I mean, there's a feeling involved too, but that's just like a chemical reaction in your brain. The reality of love is the action and the consistency, you know? And you gotta have that with yourself, right? You gotta be gentle with yourself. Shit might go rough, shit might suck, but like, you gotta still, like, you know, be gentle with yourself. Six of Swords in reverse. I feel like, I feel like you're in a very receptive energy, in regards to something. It's like you want to obtain something here. But it's almost like you're valuing it over yourself a little bit. With the King of Swords, it's really calling you to cut out things that you overvalue. Okay? Like things that take you away from your ability to love yourself, right? Toxic relationships, toxic mindsets, all that shit, you know? Ten of Swords in reverse is like reassurance that like you're gonna overcome whatever it is that you're going through. Ten of Swords, typically there's like a guy laying on the ground with like 10 swords in his back, right? Like in the Rider-Waite deck and stuff. And so really the imagery that comes to mind, it's not in this deck, unfortunately, but it's like somebody who's stabbed in the back and feeling defeated. And with the Ten of Swords in reverse, I feel you like coming back from that, healing, resurrecting from that energy. With the Star, I do see you like holding out hope for something, right? And this is coming out right over the Six of Swords in reverse, which kind of brings me back to that energy of waiting, right? Or being hopeful for something that you're putting a little bit more energy into than yourself at this time. But with the Star card and the King of Swords, it's also really heavy Aquarius energy. There's actually a lot of swords, so this is like super heavy Aquarius energy. And it's like you're being called to just kind of stay true to your path, you know, and keep hope, keep the faith alive. Four of Pentacles in reverse. Old ways of doing things are going to fall away. Old foundations that were not solid, I guess, are going to fall away from you. With the High Priestess, I feel you taking on like a lot of spiritual guidance at this time, and just kind of allowing spirit to kind of like move you, you know. With the Ten of Cups, this leads to your wish fulfillment, right? This leads to everything. Part of being devout to the divine, though, is being devout to yourself, because you have to see yourself as a piece of that. You know, you have to honor yourself. You have to have reverence even for yourself. The Hanged Man in reverse tells me that obstacles will be like kind of falling out of your life, you know, fading out. Okay. So, what is it that you're holding out so much hope for with this energy of just like waiting and seeing it very clearly and just like being very objective, you know? Like that's the energy I'm seeing here, which is also very Aquarian energy, right? Aquarius have a tendency to be very like focused on, you know, whatever it is that they're focused on. Then it could be anything. Some Aquarius I know are obsessed with pajamas. Like, whatever it is, though, they hyperfixate. And I feel this hyperfixation on a manifestation here. Ace of Wands tells me you're gonna get it. That's a big fucking yes from the universe. With the Death card, it's telling you that you have to stop resisting and let certain things end, though, in order to get that. Because maybe what you think you want isn't actually what's destined for you, I guess, or whatever. Like, you may be like, oh, this one's the best, da 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 da, and the universe is like, no, no, no. You haven't seen it yet. There's a gift. So, also with the Death card and the Ace of Cups and Ten of Cups, I'm seeing a lot of Scorpio energy in here. So you might be dealing with a Scorpio. Let's see. Ace of Pentacles in reverse, you're being asked to drop something. Like I said, it's just kind of replaying this message over and over. Like, let something go. Like, you have to make room for something here. It's kind of limiting on your message because it's so heavy, but I feel like that's really the biggest message you need right now. But the Hermit in reverse, it's calling you to come out of your comfort zone, right? And with the Hermit and the Ace of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles showing up, that's also Virgo energy. So, like, you know, we've got a lot of energy on the board here. Really, you know, could be any zodiac sign. These are just the ones that are showing up. But you're being called to, like, come out of your comfort zone and to leave something behind with the Eight of Cups. Like I said, walking away from something. It just keeps kind of replaying that. So, let's see. This might be a short and sweet one, guys. The universe is like, I'm not beating around the bush. You want the prize, you gotta let go of the shit that isn't that. Okay, so my decks don't want to talk to you outside of that. So I feel like, yeah, dude, it's like this energy that, like, the resolution is in the release, you know? That freedom, that liberation, that peace of mind, that, all of that, it's all in the act of letting it go, you know? It sucks, you know, sometimes, especially when you get so, like, caught up on an idea or so, like, fixated on possible outcomes. But you're just looking at potential outcomes. Your real outcome is your current moment, right? And that's really the outcome you should be focused on at this time and making the most out of that. That is actually living. Not focused on a future time and a future event and how things could possibly be. No, just where you're at, right fucking now. Stop, have a dance break, and enjoy this moment. You know, like, it's really that simple. I know, it's simple and hard. It's easier said than done. But what does hyperfixating on things really help? You know, it's just making you, it's just slowing down your progress. It's making it harder for you to attain anything. It's just fucking you up. So you gotta let it go. Let go that ego. Strength renewed. I do see you getting that strength and really coming into your power here. Doing what inevitably you're meant to do. And then with sanctuary, you know, first I feel like you should seek some sanctuary inside and really get familiar with your own energy, you know? Oftentimes, I feel like that's the hardest part of the journey is becoming familiar with our own energy. But yeah, that's pretty much what I have for you. I hope this was helpful. Namaste. I love you guys. Catch you on the next one.